Jimmy Butler just delivered a clutch moment that left Warriors fans absolutely speechless. In a game filled with tension and high stakes, Butler rose to the occasion when it mattered most, hitting a shot so cold-blooded it silenced the entire arena. The Warriors, who thought they had the momentum, suddenly saw it ripped away in dramatic fashion. Butler's fearless mentality and ability to shine under pressure once again proved why he's one of the most dangerous closers in the NBA. Fans are already calling it one of the defining highlights of the season. The question now is, did this moment just shift the balance between Butler's squad and Golden State? This is Jimmy Buckets at his absolute finest. The Chase Center was rocking. The Golden State Warriors had everything on the line. Stephen Curry had been cooking all night, keeping the Warriors in the game with his impossible three-pointers, his dazzling handles, and his unmatched leadership. Every fan in the arena believed that no matter what happened, Curry would find a way to deliver. But what no one expected was for Jimmy Butler to step up in the way that he did. In a moment that has already started making NBA history, Butler silenced the entire building and left Warriors fans completely stunned. What happened in those final minutes was nothing short of legendary, and it may have changed the conversation around both Butler and the Golden State Warriors moving forward. All eyes were on this game. The Warriors came into the matchup needing momentum, needing a win to prove they still had the championship DNA that once made them the most feared dynasty in basketball. Klay Thompson had been inconsistent, Draymond Green had been battling his own struggles, and the younger guys like Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody were trying to prove themselves under the bright lights. Curry, as always, carried the weight of the entire franchise on his shoulders. But standing in their way was Jimmy Butler, a player who has built his entire career on resilience, grit, and clutch performances when the lights are brightest. From the very first quarter, the energy was different. Golden State fans were loud, waving their towels, cheering with the same hope they've held for years. Curry knocked down an early deep three that made the building explode, reminding everyone why he's the greatest shooter the game has ever seen. Draymond set hard screens, Klay tried to get into rhythm, and the bench players hustled for every loose ball. But Butler never flinched. He matched the Warriors shot for shot, possession for possession, and he did it in a way that felt calm, calculated, almost surgical. You could feel that he wasn't just there to compete. He was there to send a message. The first half went back and forth, with the Warriors clinging to a small lead. Every time it looked like Golden State might start pulling away, Butler responded. He drove fearlessly into the paint, absorbing contact, finishing tough layups, and getting to the free throw line. He hit mid-range jumpers over outstretched arms, controlled the tempo, and made sure his teammates stayed engaged. Even when the Warriors fans booed and tried to shake him, Butler smiled. He thrives in these environments, when the odds are stacked, when the crowd is against him. That's when Jimmy Butler becomes playoff Jimmy, the version of himself that we've seen dismantle teams year after year. By halftime, it was clear this was going to come down to the wire. Curry had 18 points already, Butler had 16, and both looked completely locked in. Analysts on the broadcast were already buzzing about the showdown. Could Curry's shooting brilliance overcome Butler's relentless willpower? Could the Warriors' experience withstand Butler's clutch DNA? Everyone watching knew they were witnessing something special. The third quarter, traditionally known as the Warriors' knockout period, felt like it was about to tilt the game. Golden State went on a quick run, fueled by Curry hitting back-to-back threes, and Draymond forcing turnovers. The Chase Center was shaking. Fans were screaming. It felt like the Warriors were about to put the game out of reach, just like they've done so many times before. But then Butler responded again. He didn't let the lead grow. He hit a huge contested jumper, he bullied his way inside for an and-one, and he made plays for his teammates. Every time the Warriors looked ready to break it open, Butler pulled them right back. Entering the fourth quarter, the game was tied. And that's when the atmosphere turned into something unforgettable. Every possession mattered. Every shot carried weight. The Warriors leaned on Curry, as they always do. He delivered with impossible step backs, circus layups, and clutch free throws. Kuminga provided energy, Gary Payton dove on the floor for loose balls, and Klay hit a jumper that brought the crowd to its feet. But Butler, calm and unshaken, kept answering. With 3 minutes left, the Warriors held a slim lead. The fans believed this was it. Curry had the ball in his hands, and no one doubted he would find a way to close. But Butler had different plans. He forced Curry into a tough shot, secured the rebound, and immediately went into attack mode. He hit a tough fadeaway over Kuminga. He drew a foul on Draymond and knocked down both free throws. Suddenly, the game was tied again, and the Warriors' confidence began to waver. The final minute was pure drama. With 40 seconds left, Curry nailed a deep three that made it seem like the Warriors were about to escape with a win. The building erupted. Fans jumped out of their seats. It felt like vintage Warriors magic. But Butler didn't blink. On the very next possession, he calmly walked the ball up the floor, looked Curry dead in the eye, and delivered one of the coldest shots of the season. He pulled up from just beyond the arc, with Klay's hand in his face, and drained the three. Silence fell over the arena. You could hear a pin drop. The Warriors had one last chance. Down by 2 with under 10 seconds left, the ball found its way to Curry, as it always does. He dribbled, created space, and launched a shot that the entire crowd thought was going in. But it rimmed out. The rebound bounced to Butler, who was immediately fouled. He stepped to the line with ice in his veins, hit both free throws, and sealed the game. The Chase Center crowd, once deafening, was now stunned. Warriors fans were speechless. Jimmy Butler had walked into their house and ripped their hearts out. This wasn't just another regular season moment. This was a statement. Butler reminded the entire league that when the game is on the line, he's one of the most dangerous players in the world. His clutch gene is undeniable. Time and time again, he has shown that he thrives under pressure, that he embraces the moments when others shy away. And against a dynasty like the Warriors, on their home floor, with Curry playing at his absolute best, Butler still found a way to be the one who stood tallest. What makes Butler's performance even more shocking is how he did it. He didn't rely on flashy plays or highlight reel dunks. He played smart, controlled basketball. He knew when to attack, when to slow it down, when to trust his teammates, and when to take over himself. It was a masterclass in leadership, poise, and determination. And it left the Warriors searching for answers. For Golden State, this loss raises serious questions. Curry can still be incredible, but can he do it all alone? Klay's inconsistency, Draymond's volatility, and the inexperience of the younger guys continue to show. The dynasty feels like it's on the edge, and nights like this only add to the pressure. How many more heartbreaking losses can Curry endure before changes have to be made? How long can the Warriors rely on their old formula when players like Butler keep proving they're hungrier, tougher, and more clutch in big moments? Fans across social media erupted after the game. Clips of Butler's dagger 3 went viral within minutes. Memes flooded Twitter, showing Warriors fans holding their heads in disbelief. Analysts debated what this meant for Golden State's future, while Butler's supporters celebrated yet another reminder of why he's one of the fiercest competitors in the league. Some even compared his performance to the likes of Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, legends who built their reputations on delivering when the moment mattered most. For Butler, this wasn't just a win. It was a message to the league. Doubt him if you want, count him out if you want, but when the clock is winding down and everything is on the line, Jimmy Butler is the player you want on your side. He doesn't just play basketball. He wills his team to victory. And on this night, he willed them past one of the greatest dynasties we've ever seen. As for Curry, he was left shaking his head. He gave everything, poured his heart out, and still it wasn't enough. Nights like this are cruel reminders of how much weight he carries for Golden State. Without him, they're nowhere close. With him, they still need help. But when an opposing star like Butler rises to the occasion, even Curry's greatness can be overshadowed. Warriors fans filed out of the Chase Center in silence, stunned at what they had just witnessed. They came expecting another night of Curry magic, but instead, they left with the memory of Jimmy Butler's cold-blooded dagger. The kind of moment that sticks with you, the kind of moment that defines careers.